So we have some new information about the upcoming Predator movie by Dan Trachtenberg. Over on the website Collider, they went over the conversation they had with producers John Davis and John Fox. Let's go over what they said and then give our opinions. So it's been known for a while that the name of the film will be called Skull, which is what it's listed as for a long time. But IMDb does have it listed as Predator under Dan's info page, so perhaps the name is not finalized yet. Anyways, one problem I have with this movie is that it's going to be streamed through Hulu services and not going to theaters unless that changes in the future. This news came out in June of this year. You could say that could limit or maybe even increase the amount of people that will watch it, depending on how you look at the situation. We don't know if the entire world will go back to normal this year or next year, so this could be a precaution they are taking for now, or this might be a way for them to generate more traffic to Hulu, which Disney also owns. It's not going to be the same. Sure, by now, we've all grown accustomed to being at home, but if they are keen on keeping this movie locked down to Hulu, I'm still going to miss that theater experience. If it's only available on Hulu, then it really seems like they want more traffic there and nowhere else. It could be a small issue, and maybe I'm just exaggerating on it, but times have changed. I guess we'll see how the community responds to this decision. The start of the interview talks about this movie being an origin story about the Predator's first journey to this planet. They did not give us the exact timeline, but we do know it will be around the Native American people, and the lead character will be a female hunting a predator. So that alone makes me wonder, can you picture a young Native American female overcoming a galactic hunter? Maybe if she was a seasoned hunter, I could agree, but not this time. However, John Davis says this in the interview. It goes back to what made the original Predator movie work. It's the ingenuity of a human being who won't give up, who is able to observe and interpret, basically being able to beat a stronger, more powerful, well-armed force. So even though the lead character in this movie is not as old or as strong as Dutch, Royce, or Harrigan from the other movies, they're basically trying to say that a human being would never give up. They would learn, adapt, and overcome anything. I'm just not sure I'm willing to accept it this time. Maybe if the lead character was well established within their tribe as a known hunter, leader, or something like that. John Davis would then step in to say this: it actually has more akin to The Revenant than it does any film in the Predator canon. You'll know what I mean once you see it. You can use your imagination. It is early. If you've seen the Revenant movie, it has a very dark, scary theme of men in the wilderness. So if we can take anything from that, it could have a similar tone or style to that movie. John Davis seems to hold a lot of praise for the director, Dan Trachtenberg. He says this about Dan's work on the film. Watching dailies, you just understand how his vision is completely unique. He's got his own language, and it's fresh and it's cool and it's interesting. Now here is where the movie goes in a different direction, and it's an unsure decision by the team, but it's something I was not expecting. When asked about the tone of the film, John Davis said this: "It all depends on how you end up cutting it, right? It was conceived as an R-rated movie. It could easily end up PG-13. I guess I'm going to find out what it has to be or what it is when it's all cut together." Okay, so if there is a chance this movie goes PG-13, that means there's no big amounts of gore like the other films. Would that impact my enjoyment? Well, in a way, yes. That's one issue I had with the AVP film in 2004. The original version had so little gore on the humans, until they released an edited version with CG effects for gore, but that was not enough. If they want to do the franchise justice, I think gore is a key part of the Predator universe. You can have a great film, but watering down a franchise is not the best approach, but I could be wrong. Maybe I just like that side of the Yautja species. I enjoy seeing spine rips, exploding bodies, and all that. The movie is about 3/4 complete through production. That's a lot considering how little information there was over the past year, but there's a reason for this. John Davis said this: "Here is the interesting thing. We started conceiving this movie while we were shooting the last Predator movie. Dan came to me with a writer and an idea while we were shooting the movie. Emma Watts was really instrumental here. She said, 'You know what? Let's go put this into development now, and let's push on this now. Let's go for this now.' We couldn't be shooting one movie and prepping another, especially when one was the current day end of the franchise and the other was the period beginning of the franchise. So it was always done with a lot of secrecy. It just continued to be something that's going to be out there to surprise you." John Davis then goes on to say that this Predator movie could be as good as the first movie or close to being one of the best in the franchise. Here's what he said: "It's going to be, I believe, the second best or the first, or it may be equal to the first one, right? I feel like the first one was a wonderful, interesting movie and I know what worked about it. I feel like we kind of never got back there again. We ended up in different places. I think this is a worthy compliment to the first one. It's going to be as good." When asked about the time period, John Davis said it was not revealed yet. Either way, the movie seems to have some good points and some concerning choices, but for now, let's wait for a trailer to get an idea of what it could look like. I remember how I gave the last Predator movie a chance, the one directed by Shane Black in 2018, and it was a letdown in a lot of ways, but I did enjoy it, but not as much as the other 3 movies. So I guess by now, we can go into this movie without having high expectations, but what do you think about these details? Is it something you want to see, or has it ruined your interest in a film already? Put your thoughts in the comment section. If you want to see more videos around the Predator universe, I've covered a lot of things about their culture, rituals, hunts, technology, how the Yautja came to be, and a lot of other topics. So I'm going to leave a few links to other videos that might interest you. If you like lore around the Predator, subscribe to my channel and leave a like on this video. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.
I'm not gonna die out here.
Over what? There.
Over here.